first came across NUX when I think I bought my first ever delay pedal, and it would have been that little orange kind of multi-delay thingy. I'll put it up on the screen now, and I used that for a couple of years with a Vox AC30 and also my Nomad. I think that was my first ever experience with NUX, and I think they still make those pedals to this day. They're sort of like their take on the TC Electronics flashback type thing, you know, a multiple delay thing, maybe even a Boss DD7 type thing as well. NUX has kind of improved, I think, quite a lot in terms of they provide some things that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see from a company like this. The first time I remember this being a thing I was thinking of, I was looking at the NUX Atlantic, which is a delay and reverb. I had one of them as well, and you know, it's like from this company that did budget stuff, but it looks like good quality stuff. Since then, they've also started to develop modelers, and the NUX Mighty Air, I bought one of those. That's like a little portable Bluetooth speaker thingy. It's downstairs. They've got the Mighty Plug. They just brought out the Mighty Plug Pro. They might be, I think, my favourite contender for the best kind of budget gear stuff. I think it punches quite a bit above its weight as well. So the NUX MG-30 is what I'm going to be using for this video. It was actually sent by them, but they're not asking me to make any videos with it. It's just NUX is a thing that I've seen coming up recently because of the Mighty Plug Pro, which they have asked if I want to demo. Leave a comment below if you want me to do that. I do have the Mighty Plug, which David Beavy is borrowing at the moment. But yeah, the stuff that they make is sort of unfussy, sounds pretty good, easy enough to use, and doesn't cost a bomb. The only thing I could think of that competes with the NUX MG-30 off the top of my head would be something like the Boss GT1. Now, also leave a comment below if you want me to try and do some stuff with the Boss GT1, because that caught my eye the other day. I just wanted to go through some of the kind of stock presets. Let's try some Leon. So some really kind of usable, heavier focus stuff I would suggest. Now in terms of signal chain stuff, there's one new amp that I wanted to build something around today, and that is the Princeton, obviously a Fender Princeton. I now also want to see if we've got, go with the deluxe reverb I guess, and mic wise I'll go with the U87, and should we move it slightly off axis? You see we've got center, middle and edge. We'll go for middle. So we can use this knob here if we turn it to move on or off axis, and if we press it we get a low and a high cut, so that's useful stuff. Although on here it's not that clear. I guess you can see that you can take it down to 5k, it could be at 20k. So that's okay. Right, now if we come back out of here, let's look at some reverb. Nice. Now let's look in delays. We've got this pan delay duo time. This looks interesting. It's less interesting than it looked. What else have we got? Reverse, analog, digital, modulation, tape echo. Okay, nice. We've got mod here. This is, I think, one of the only devices which has one of these built in, and this is probably my favourite chorus out there. Turn the width up and the intensity up a bit. Lovely stuff. I got these scene things which been there for a while, but I could set up this to bypass certain things. So if we have on EFX, we'll have, instead of that, we're going to use the Steel Singer with a bunch of gain. Still keep the compressor on. Nice. And we'll keep the reverb and delay on. Turn the mod off, and we're bringing in this EQ here, which is, I think, going to be taming things a little bit. Yeah, so now we've got scene 1, I'll clean. Scene 2. Actually, what I'm going to do is take the level down with this EQ as well, because that's quite a lot louder. And we could have scene 3 being, I don't know, some sort of clean without the gate, maybe. Without the EQ, hold that to bypass it. Is that how we do that? And without the delay, maybe.
bypass this as well. We want compressor. So that's kind of some of the stuff that's possible on here. I do think there's a bunch of folks out there that could get some really useful stuff out of this. For me, I think like NUX is sort of a little bit of a underexplored entity, and they do really have a great selection of options for most of the effects in here. I'll just take you, so distortion plus, so that's an MXR, RC boost, a beautiful AC boost, TS1, Tube Screamer, Blues Driver, Morning Glory, so like a blues breaker but JHS. Rat. A Keeley Red Dirt, so a Tube Screamer modified. MI Audio Crunchbot. A Muff first. Katana. A Steel Singer, which is a clone of the Free the Tone string slinger, I think it's called. Which is kind of a modified Tube Screamer. Fuzz Space. And a Touchoir. So yeah, a really cool range of stuff. Again, right, let's just quickly go through the amps one more time. Jazz Clean, Deluxe Reverb, Bassman, Tweed, Twin, High Watt, a Cali Crunch, I think that's like a Mark 1 or a Mark 2, A15, A30, Plexi, a JTM 45, a JCM 800, and is this a lead? Then a Soldano Slow, HBE from Friedman, the Dual Rectifier, the Diesel VH4, a Vibra King, a Buddha, a Dr. Z38, a Super Reverb, a Blues Breaker, would that be? A Matchless DC30, a JCM 2000, that'd be a Bogner Uberschall, and a few bass amps. And then at the end we've also got a 5150 and a Fender Princeton. So yeah, I think NUX deserves a bit more attention, I think, than they're getting in general, because it's a very reasonably priced product, I think, in general, that they come out with, and a good range for any player, particularly with these scenes as well. You can get some great tones out of this thing. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on NUX in the comments. Cheers.